Welcome everyone, welcome back to 5WC. We have another match right here, and this one is also another banger. This is the, I think, lower brackets group stage from Italy versus Sweden, and it's gonna be a very banger matchup for sure. This is me, Wooden Pickaxe, and alongside me is Lily. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic today. This is going to be a fun match, and you are indeed correct. Loser's bracket match here, so lots on the line. In order to move forward in the tournament, you have to win this match. Loser gets knocked out, so it's going to be pretty important that both teams give it their all. But yeah, Italy versus Sweden. These teams seem on paper to be pretty evenly matched, but I'm not fully sure exactly how this one's going to go down. We're already into picks, bans, and protects, and protects coming through here. We've got DT2 protect from Italy and the hidden 2 protect from Sweden.
This is a very expected protects coming from both of them. Italy very liking their tapping, and Sweden protecting HT2 again and again during the group stages. And we're getting into the bans here, Lily. Both free mods are gone.
Yeah, 2 of the free mods gone here. One from either team. The free mod 2 ban from Italy makes actually a little bit of sense, I think, especially with that hidden 2 protect, and then as well that no mod 5 ban. So Italy really prioritizing getting rid of some of the reading, more gimmick heavy maps that I think they are maybe fearful that Sweden will perform exceptionally well on. And then that free mod 1 ban from Sweden, that's going to be not a typical free mod 1, actually like 240 BPM higher speed free mod, so definitely wanting to get rid of some tapping, and makes sense with that DT3 ban from them as well, a more tapping, finger control style map.
Sweden is trying to not go towards that mechanics tapping from the map pool, especially when Italy protected free mod 1 twice on the group stages, so it makes sense, it really makes sense. And lastly, number 5 ban coming in from Italy. This is the low AR gimmick, if I remember correctly, the number 5, so not your speed pick here. So I think we can see a theme emerging from this match, you know. This is mechanics versus gimmicks.
Yeah, mechanics versus gimmick indeed here. It is going to be first pick from Sweden, and we are going to see them go into the hidden pool, not on their protect, but on the hidden 3. Have seen some teams choose to do their protect right away, but I actually like the idea of keeping the protect for a later pick in case things start to go sour. Maybe you just need that extra point to like consolidate if you're able to get a break point. But this hidden 3 is going to be kind of a slider tech map here. Is this slider tech? I believe it is.
I think it is. This is also a custom, if I remember correctly, from Oatmilk. Thank you, Oatmilk, for the map. A very short map, 1 minute 37 seconds. This can go either way for both of these teams, depending on who breaks first and who breaks at the middle, as how technical maps are designed.
Yeah, this it's also one of the shortest maps in the pool, if not the shortest map in the pool. It's 1 minute 37 seconds. I'm looking at the rest of the pool. There's one map that is shorter, and it's that no mod 2, but by like 6 seconds. So it's negligible at that point. So combo is going to be really key here, especially if you're just like not able to hold through at least half of the map. Your score is going to be really hurting, even if you have good accuracy. So looks like we've got players in the lobby for Sweden. Now the final player coming in for Italy.
So I've seen their MP links as well. This is the Sweden roster, is the exact same roster from their group stages when they play hidden, which is Sige, Uge, Pompeiwa, and Akumu, the captain. Meanwhile, I believe Italy will have their captain, which is Laura Reeve, and Poggy as well, joining in for the hidden 3.
These are going to be your lineups here. We're going to get into map number 1 very shortly. Looks to be the case. Everybody in the lobby. It's going to be the start of this match on the hidden 3. Again, a very short map and lots of emphasis on some slider aim. So going to be really important to maintain your combo. Accuracy as well is important, but that combo is going to be key here as we get into this one.
1 minute and 40 seconds hidden 3. Will Sweden will get their first point, or will literally snatch the first break point as we headed into the first map here? A trade happening right at the early part of the map. Noob Gaia and Uge. Noob Gaia does break again though, so Sweden will have will enjoy this early advantage, but Irania Akumu is also going to be breaking here, Lily, giving a bit of advantage towards Italy.
Yeah, multiple misses on the side of Sweden. Really just misses only from one player on Italy, as a third player goes down from Sweden now. Lag is going to be dropping their combo, and it just leaves Sige to be the last remaining combo on Sweden as that score lead switches over to the side of Italy. It's still a three-way combo here. Make that 2 as Poggy drops, but is traded out by 2 of the players on Sweden. So now Italy in the driver's seat, and only a third of the map remaining. This is starting to get out of hand for Sweden.
Oh, but Lord breaks right there, Lily. It's just proof against Sige. Sige being the much better hidden player, but Sige misses. Traded plays proof right there, and it's looking awkward. But UK has the combo for Team Sweden here. 300 combos for Team Sweden, Lily.
Has to hold on to the combo for Uge. It's the only hope here, but the score does switch over for Sweden. Not all hope is lost. Just continue to hold until the very end of the map. There's not much time left, but Uge misses. Hold on. But it's not enough time.
That is so close to comfort, but that is exactly what you want if you're Team Sweden. Winning the most gacha maps early on the match here. So later on, you can give your basically comfort maps at the end when the match is getting much more pressured. So very good pick for Sweden.
Very, very close for Sweden to almost be giving up the break point to start the match, but just a couple of extra combos being held when it was crucially needed at the end of the map, and they were able to get their own pick with their own point, start things off, and now we get to see where Italy wants to go for their first pick. I imagine it's going to be some mechanics, and they are just going to go right into their own protect here on the DT2.
Oh, DT2 right off the bat. Okay, there's also another in my opinion, very bursty DT2, custom from Sanch KK. Very much emphasis on kind of speed and also from finger control. Yeah,
this one's going to be 225 BPM on a bit of a faster side. There are some longer bursts in it as well, so definitely stamina can start coming into play, especially if you don't have maybe 4 players who are super comfortable on these kinds of tapping DT2s, but it is still within reach for players that can, at the very least, play 225 BPM, but accuracy, I think, is going to be key on this one. Whereas last map, combo really was the deciding factor, and we did get to see that little extra combo was all the difference maker for Sweden to get the point. I think accuracy is going to be really huge here for whichever team that's going to try to end up winning this.
Alright, we just have to wait for the rosters to get inside. I think Lorarif and Freeway is on the wrong side of the lobby, as Face Terry is the Sweden player coming in. Still on the Italian side, so we just have to wait for them to switch. I think the switch already happened. There we go.
Yeah, just a little bit of a lobby swap in here. Get people into the right spots, but it looks like we've got most everyone in here, if not everyone already. Poof, Dansu Flame, Freewake, and Saimo versus Girl Liker Uge, FaZe Terry, and Ran Yakumo. What a name. What lineups, man. I love the creativity and usernames.
This is such a banger username, as we're going to start with this DT2 custom by Sanch KK, the 230 BPM speed DT.
Indeed, we are going to get right into it now. All players, GLHF's coming out. Just a quick little panic to get the last few players in, but here we go. DT2, it's Italy's Protect. So this is basically a must-win. If you lose on your own Protect, that doesn't bode well for future picks that are of similar skill sets on different maps, but they have to be feeling confident if they are just letting it rip for their first pick.
Italy really enjoys their tapping, as they have picked Noma 2 across the group stages, finding some success. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Let's see if this one will, as Uge finds the first break at the early start of the map.
first break, as well as dropping down to, I think at the lowest, it was like 75% accuracy. Now brought back up to about 87, but still on the back end for the accuracy side of things, and the map is only a quarter of the way through, so there is time to recover on that, but no trades yet so far from Italy right now, so they are going to start to continue work more combo their way, more score their way, especially with Uge dropping combo once more.
It's gonna make Italy running off with their advantage, but looking at it, it's not really that far, perhaps because of the accuracies from the Italian full combos, all above 97% accuracy. So if anything happens from Team Italy, Team Sweden can take it, but Tynamo is gonna be the first break coming in from Team Italy. It's gonna be a bit closer here, Lily.
Yeah, definitely gonna make it a little bit interesting, because the three people that are still holding on to full combos for Sweden all have a 97% accuracy, carry almost at that 98%, and you look over across the way, and Freeway is sitting on 92%, with Tynamo dropping combo once again. That score lead does dwindle, and Dansu Flame going to be dropping their combo as well. So this is already now very bad for Italy. Sweden going to drop on the Uge, but that was the player that was on the recovery already missing, and more misses from Italy is not helping them.
That's a really awkward is coming in from Italy, and this is their protect. Remember, if Sweden wins this makes the match awkward, as Sweden have map as another FC gone from Team Italy.
Yeah, and it's just too far gone. The map is coming to a close, and 550,000 on your own protect for your first pick is not the thing that you want to see if you are Italy here. I think it's a bit of a little underperformance from them, but I mean, they still put up some solid scores. Poof, despite not having the FC, dropping a very respectable 950k, and Freewake as well, dropping the 950k. I believe that is a full combo from Freewake, just a little bit lower on the accuracy, but I mean, Sweden, just look at that. 3 players all above 1.05 million, and one of them at 1.1 million, which is so crazy on your opponent's first pick, especially considering it's a protect.
It's a very, very awkward time here for Italy. It's their own protect, the first map that you pick, and it's already a breakpoint. There's going to be a big, huge hit towards your mental, but if they can keep it together, it's not really the end of the world yet. Italy has a lot of maps to pick in. Sweden, they have a very great 3 FCs, but Italy has also other maps to challenge as well. And now going towards Sweden, will they go towards the gimmicks? There are 2 gimmicks maps available from this pool, one being Hidden 2, one being Nomad 6. But
yeah,
do they want to go there? That's the question.
It's the question, but the answer is going to be Nomad 3, actually. Be kind of alt heavy. This one's going to be your flow alt Nomad 3 style map. The more snap alt is in some other maps like the Hard Rock 3. I was honestly thinking that maybe you just go with your own protect for Sweden here. You get the breakpoint so early on. If you're able to consolidate on that breakpoint and with that protect, I mean, protects generally are your best pick. It's your most comfortable pick. So I mentioned it earlier, I think it's a good strategy just to go into your protect, but I mean, I don't dislike this Nomad 3. I think Sweden definitely feels solid on the alt-heavy picks, and we'll see exactly how this goes down, but Hidden 2 is still available to them for later.
Really trying to save this Hidden 2 for later, clearly, as they went for this Nomad 3 pick. The much more snap alt Nomad 3, very a huge spacing is inside the map, custom by RLC as well. Very interesting from Team Sweden. They have a very good score on qualifiers. They are top 11 on qualifiers, so this does make sense on paper. We just have to see, will it work out for them?
That is the question. Will it work out? We've got everybody in the lobby. Yeah. Here we go. Noob Gaia, Loriv, Freewake, and Poof on the side of Italy. Excuse me. Ran Yakumo, Uge, Girl Liker, and Sige for the side of Sweden.
start this custom number 3. A very soft start before we get into the much more intense alt patterns later on. Right, first misses coming in right there, 2 misses from Italy, 1 from 2 make it 2 towards Sweden. Pretty much equal. Very early into the map is a bit longer side. This is an Avid Musica song, 3 minutes and 50 seconds, so early misses are tolerable, but you don't want to have too much of them.
I would say the real difficulty spikes start to happen around the first PI mark, and the fact that these players have missed around the same time is just going to mean that it's going to be very even despite having multiple players miss from both teams. But yeah, the combos, oh my gosh, we get slow slider by Ron Yakumo. I was going to say the combos are building back up, but that's going to give more favor towards Italy here off of that break on the slow slider.
That's a really awkward slow slider for the team captain here, but we're going into this Kiai section. Noob Guy is going to be trading the Ron Yakumo's slow slider miss, so it's still kind of equal in my opinion here. Probably more towards Sweden because of the combo. Now, definitely going towards Sweden here, Lily.
Yeah, extra misses coming through from Italy. Now with Freewake dropping one of those FCs remaining on Italy, it's not good for them right now. Need to see more breaks on the side of Sweden, and despite that miss on the slow slider earlier, the recoveries are there for Sweden, and the score lead's already up to about 100,000 as we reach the halfway mark of the map.
2 FCs from Uge and Sige really doing works here, as Italy only have 1 right now. There's a smarty combo from Poof and probably just a bit from Nugaya, but they really need a lot of more combos from them to make this happening, and Sweden needs to drop as well, but they are very confident on this now on 3.
They're looking really solid, getting into the second Kiai now. Back into some of the flow aim. Ron Yakumo gonna drop, but trades with Freewake. That's gonna be a double miss from both Uge and Sige. Those are the last 2 FCs on the side of Sweden. Now the combo advantage is on the side of Italy, although not with Luriv dropping their combo. It's Poof versus Girl Liker, and Poof can't hold on to the combo. Girl Liker gets the combo into the pause.
This is the Girl Liker trying their best here to get this map still towards Sweden. As Gaya's gone. That's the last combo coming in from Team Italy here, Lily. And Girl Liker now can just run away with it.
Definitely looking to take this point here, consolidating on the break point. I think the damage has been done. Basically would need to see a 4-way FC to the end of the map from Italy, and basically a complete fall apart from Sweden. It's going to be Ron Yakumo dropping their combo, but that's not the player that you need to drop combo if you're Italy. And yeah, Freewake dropping their combo. I mean, 300,000 points as we come into the final bit of the map. I think it's safe to say Sweden have consolidated on the breakpoint.
Sweden here. They pick number 3 here, Girl Liker, really showing a very much great comfort at this this snap flow alt section. Will they bring home with a full combo though? That's the question.
Well, I believe this is a miss from earlier. This is just a very impressive recovery combo from Girl Liker, but still such a crucial combo to be able to get for their team now.
800,000 from Girl Liker, making it so Team Sweden basically just run away with this Noma 3. A very good pick here for Team Sweden.
I mean, just solid team scores all around, but unfortunately, Italy didn't have that one extra player that could hold on to the combo the way that Girl Liker was able to, and now Sweden find themselves in a very comfy situation. They are 3-0. They won the breakpoint off of Italy's first pick, and now it's Italy's turn again to go into a second pick, but they need to win this pick. Giving 4 points away at the start of the match is so hard to come back from. It's not impossible, but it is very difficult.
I do think it's still possible. We do see Indonesia versus Portugal. Portugal wins 3-0 at the start, but Indonesia snaps right back and got 6 maps in a row to win the match. It's only 1 breakpoint, but it does seem very dire. Like, if you get 1 breakpoint coming towards Sweden, it makes things very hard to come back, as what you said, and they are going to go into Nomad 1 to try to fix things up here.
Definitely switch up on this Nomad 1. We're going for consistency, which I don't dislike by any stretch of the means. I think consistency is probably the safest option for them right now, especially considering they lost their own protect. So you can't trust that any other heavy tapping maps would go in your favor as well. And consistency on this Nomad 1, it's on the faster side of things when it comes to Nomad 1s, but I think that you're really just testing your opponents, and you are hoping that you will get at least one, maybe two FCs on your own team here.
This is a very, I don't want to say this is a standard Nomad 1. This is kind of an awkward Nomad 1. Kind of. This is Yorishika map after all. But Italy, historically, they have been doing well at the Nomad 1. At the group stages against Belgium, Lower Rift did an FC and basically made it so it's basically unsavable for Belgium. So if Italy can find the performance like that again, they have a very good chance here at this Nomad 1.
Definitely a great chance, but we'll need to play well in order to get this breakpoint from Sweden. Italy, I think they maybe just were off to a rough start. Nerves might have been playing into them on their first pick, but it's not over by any means. They're only down 3 points, and as you said, they were able to make a recovery versus, what was it, Portugal, you said?
Yes, it was Portugal, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, more than capable of making a recovery here versus Sweden. Just going to have to put in a little bit of work to try to get that breakpoint back somewhere along the line. But yeah, here we go. Nomad 1, we're into map number 4. This is Italy's second pick and looking to get a first point on the board.
It's going to be the awkward aim Nomad 1. I think this is going to be muted on the VOD. I'm not so sure, but we shall see.
Probably.
So, Bolly coming in to replace, I forgot the name, but the 3 cores from Sweden are still inside for this Nomad 1.
Yeah, mostly similar rosters for Sweden. We see Belej come in for Sweden. Belej. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah.
I'll pronounce that.
Very similar rosters here. I'm sure somebody can tell me how to pronounce it, but so far, we're going to get into the first Ki section. No misses just yet, but I imagine with the spacing increase in the Ki, it's possible to see some players break the combo, but still everybody holding strong.
We see no combo drops. Accuracy seems same, but Bolly is going to be the first miss coming in from Team Sweden. And Italy is going to enjoy the one combo deficit, but Lower is going to be breaking right there, Lily. And this makes things equal again.
Yeah, there's still just so much time left in the map, though. With these trades, it's not going to matter too much, but any extra misses on any other players, with Dansu Flame now going to be dropping as well as Loriv, this is going to give advantage towards Sweden for the time being as we get back into this little buffer section of the song. So just a bit of free combo. It's very important that these 3 players continue to hold on to their combo to match 2 FCs still from Italy on Poof and Poggy.
This is the 3 cores coming in from Team Sweden, still holding on with the full combo. One with a very, very amazing accuracy, I should say. We just have to see for the second Ki here. This is just still a slow section of the map, as Team Italy needs to find some combos, and we'll need to hope that Sweden can bring an opportunity for Team Italy to bring back this score towards them.
Yeah, at this point, gonna need to see more than just a few misses on Sweden, especially now with Poggy dropping one of those 2 FCs on Italy, and it's not looking great for them so far, but not over. We're only halfway through the map. Still, though, just more drops on the side of Italy, and nobody is giving their combo away on Sweden. They look so locked in right now.
Sweden really wants this Nomad 1, but Uge is gonna find a prop. That's just 1 FCs, though. You need 2 more. Bolly is also giving an amazing supporting combo as well. A buff, much more higher than what Loriv and Dansuflame can give right now. And oh no, both of them drop as well. And this makes things, I think this is unsafeable here, Lily.
Yeah, I don't know if it's possible at this point. I mean, we'd have to see all 4 players on Sweden break the moment that this pause ends, and Poof would have to FC towards the very end of the map, and maybe then they can bring it back, especially with that combo from Poof. But I mean, I don't think they can do it alone. We're going to need to see at least one other player, preferably Poggy, hold on to the combo as well. But I mean, the players just aren't breaking on Sweden. I think it is just too late now. 500,000 points is so far gone for Italy to be able to bring that back, and Sweden's going to get another break point.
Yeah, sadly for Poof, even though the FC is still intact with an amazing accuracy as well. But Sweden, they have 2 full combos of their own. Bullish also with a, oh, that's the last combo gone as well, Lily. And Sweden, there is their second break point. It looks scary, it looks sketchy. And I think Sweden are running away with the very, very big lead of 4-0.
4-0 is going to be the current score now as Sweden find a second breakpoint. They're going to get a chance to try to consolidate once more to try to put themselves up to that match point, and is going to be Sweden on the board once again. Italy just not quite able to put together the scores, unfortunately. The team scores overall not bad from Italy, but on something like a Nomad 1, I think Sweden is definitely more than capable of matching those scores and then some as you look across the way, and it's just not close, unfortunately, for Italy.
Yes, Italy really needs those supporting combos to basically just back them up and get a higher score, because Sweden 3 FCs holding midway is so strong. Polish as well, giving an insane recovery with 1000 combos. So I would say just a mispick. I don't think it's really a mispick coming in from Team Italy. It's just that they are just a bit low rolling on their picks that I have seen.
Definitely low rolls. I think that is the best description for what is happening to Italy right now. I think they are phenomenal players. They are more than deserving to be here in this round, or round of 16, right? We're in round of 16 here. They are more than deserving of this. They have proven it by making it through the group stage and performing decently well on the qualifiers, but I mean, ultimately, it's up to them. They've got to perform a little bit better in order to take down this Sweden team. And right now, Sweden is looking so dominant as we go into the DT4.
Going for their protect here. What is this? Kind of surprising they picked DT4, but looking at how they win the DT2, this does make sense. This is much more swingy, much more ulty, more bursts here and there from this DT4, so I do believe Sweden has the edge here.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be your almost rhythm double time. There's swing to it, as you said. So like some doubles, some quads, a little bit of finger control, but just very, very swing heavy on the map. So it is more accessible as well, I think, for some of these players. Especially if they aren't super comfortable on swing necessarily, because it is a very unique skill set that you don't get tested too often. But yeah, I think this pick is very good for Sweden, considering how well they did on some of the other all-tier maps that we've seen so far in this pool. So Italy, they've got their work cut out for them, but I mean, we've got all the players in, and everybody seems ready to go on this DT4.
We see a new player coming in from Team Sweden, which is Zeus. They're gonna replace, I think, sorry, no, it's not. They're gonna replace Bullish coming in from the Nomad 1 into this DT4. Really interesting to see a new player coming in towards this match, and I can't wait to see how they will perform here.
Yeah, I think this is going to be fun. Now, map number 5, Sweden off to a phenomenal start to this match. 4-0 off of 2 breakpoints from Italy, looking to consolidate once more, try to put themselves up to match point. Italy, they've got to put a stop to Sweden. It's not even a question at this point. This is basically do or die.
They need to start somewhere. This DT4 is from Sweden. Sweden has the edge here. Italy has a mountain to climb if they want anything from this match. We're gonna approach this first section, this first Ki here. Italy actually doing strong from the first section. Two people with holding on with it. Oh, but Pogi gonna be breaking though. That's an SS gone from Team Italy. Traded by Uge, so things are still pretty much equal on this first Ki. Another trade coming in. Oh, but Sige is gonna be breaking, and that's all combos gone from Team Sweden actually. Hold on, Lily. This might be something too far here for Team Italy, as two combos still intact.
Two combos, and they've got the two players that had found misses. They're on solid recoveries right now, only one of them being matched by Uge. The other one is being trailed a little bit behind by Rania, Akumu, and Zays, but it's all four players on Sweden that have found breaks, and so that is giving a significant score advantage to Italy. We're only halfway through the map, and it's already 250,000 points. These two combos from Loriv and Dansu Flame going into the second Ki, they're able to hold even through half of this Ki. I think they've already secured the breakpoint.
This is Team Italy trying their best here to find anything from this match, and they found it, the DT4. This is the first breakpoint for them. A massive one, if I have to say. Team Sweden probably just insanely low roll on this one. And yeah, Italy getting their two FCs, still holding on towards the 2/3 of the map. Lower Reef and Dansu Flame.
Definitely just a complete turnaround here for Italy. They finally found their stride on this DT4. It was Sweden's pick. They wanted so badly to get to that match point here, but just not going to work out in their favor. And Dansu Flame and Loriv say, no thank you, we're going to start turning things around here. This might be the stop to the momentum that Sweden was getting rolling. Italy definitely needed it, and they're going to find themselves a first point.
Yes, Team Italy finally getting their first point on the board here, as they're going to win the breakpoint from Team Sweden, the DT4. And I think Loriv and Dansu Flame is gonna close out with the FC as well. Really solid from Team Italy. Nice breakpoint as well.
Very, very solid indeed, Italy. This is a nice change of pace. Again, just really needed a couple of extra combos. Even just one of those players FCing would have been more than enough, but instead we get to see two players step up to the plate and pull out some very, very impressive scores here from Loriv and Dansu Flame. It's going to be an S rank on Uge, almost at 99%, highest AC in the lobby, but still just not enough. Sweden, they had to hold on to some of those combos, and that four-way miss was brutal for them.
And there we go. Team Italy has the point in the board, but their next pick here, I'm kind of confused here, really. I don't really know what map to pick if I were Team Italy. Probably the DT1, probably the HD1, but honestly, I'm not really so sure myself. What do you think?
You know, I'm really not sure either. My first thought goes to something like that Nomad 2, potentially. I think just the way that DT4 map flowed, I think maybe Nomad 2 might be fine, especially considering it's a lower BPM, but with Sweden winning that DT2, maybe not. Maybe we go into the Hard Rocks potentially for Italy. Something like the Hard Rock 1 is kind of adjacent enough to some of the stuff that we've seen before in this match, and it is actually just going to be that Hard Rock 1 here. So slider aim, a little bit techy, but in the Hard Rock slot.
Right, Italy gonna go towards the HR1, the tech HR from this pool. This is concerning for Team Italy though. On paper, Sweden looks very solid on the HRs. If we look at the qualifier scores for Team Sweden, they have top 5 for HR1 and HR2 back on the qualifiers, and they got number 1 seed on number 4 as well. So this does seems counterintuitive, but they do like their HR coming in from the group stages, so that's probably the reason why they picked this HR1.
Definitely a riskier pick, but I mean, we're getting later into the match, and the risky picks are just going to be more common here. a lot more contestable on some of these picks now, as some of the more surefire picks are already been played throughout the match. So it's going to be difficult for Italy, but I mean, they're coming off of their first point on a break point. So this one hopefully will have a bit of momentum going for them. I think this is a good pick overall. Just features aim, features some awkward jankiness. I think it's just the best way I can describe it. And coming out of that little janky DT4, I think especially with we saw them go for that Nomad 1, and they didn't do too bad on that. This kind of Hard Rock 1 is a solid pick for Italy.
Alright, let's see how Team Italy will fare against Sweden on this HR1, as Boule and Face Terry gonna go in for Team Sweden. This HR1 is quite short in terms of brain length, about 2 minutes only, so breaks are kind of a big thing here. But we don't see one at the early stages here, Lily, so both teams really trying their best here to win this HR1.
Definitely gonna be a lot of pressure for both teams. Sweden just need that one extra point to get themselves to match point. So there's going to be pressure on that. And Italy, I mean, they can't afford to lose any more maps at this point without Sweden going to the match point. So pressure on them for that. And already now, as we get into this first KI, we've seen a couple of breaks. It's a trade from Dansu Flame and Sige. Now Poggy going to be dropping combo, and no misses on the side of Sweden to trade that out. So that's going to give advantage towards Sweden, as well as just a little bit of act drops from Dansu Flame, despite that miss, is going to give extra score advantage towards Sweden.
Sweden has an 100k score difference right now as we're going into this very, very weird slider section. Uge will find a break here, and the score is going to be pulled towards the Italian side from now. Oh, that's a very, very big break from Terry and Dansu Flame. This does favor heavily towards the Italians, Lily.
Yeah, it's favored towards them, but not for too long now. Poof gonna drop that FC, and that was one of the players that I think you had to hold, and it's actually just gonna keep going towards the way of Sweden. Actually just maybe even out here on the score, so long as the combos hold. But we're getting into the final quarter of the map now. It's only 100,000 points in favor of Sweden. Any more big breaks from them? Oh my gosh, don't break on the slow sliders. 2 players from Italy and 1 from Sweden. But we're getting into the final bit of the map, and now it's do or die. Lorariff versus Boule, and it's Lorariff first to fall. Boule trades though, but I don't think there's enough time for Italy.
Yeah, Sweden has their combos at the correct time. Faceari and Uge, but both dropping though. Poof have the combo, but do they have the time? They don't have the time. 100k for Team Sweden, a break point to speak. And now it's match point for Team Sweden as well, and it's their pick. Hidden 2 is there. Their protect is there as well, so
yeah,
I think
they've got that Hidden 2. I think you just pick it right away. No thoughts, no hesitation. You've saved your protect this long into the match. You've gotten 3 breakpoints now for Sweden. 3 breakpoints from Italy, or on Italy's picks, and with that protect in the pocket, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. In Italy, with the way that they banned against Sweden, you know, they're obviously scared of Sweden's gimmick. And that Hidden 2 is probably just going to be the nail in the coffin as we see it come out.
There we go, the Hidden 2 coming out from Team Sweden. They protected this for a reason, and it's the best possible time for them to be picked as well. This is their match point. And yeah, if they win this, they're going to win the whole match and gonna continue towards the lower bracket stage of 5WC.
Definitely do or die now for Italy. If it wasn't already, it definitely is now. This is tournament life on the line for Italy. They have to win 4 picks in a row, with 2 of those being Sweden's picks, starting right here, right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout called from Italy, potentially, just to really make sure that their players are practiced up on some of the harder stuff in this map. But, I mean, we haven't seen anybody make mention of a potential pause on the timeout, but I mean, this is Sweden looking to close it out, ending Italy's tournament performance right here, right now. So it's going to be very important that Italy plays their heart out on this pick.
Yes, comebacks need to start from somewhere, and this HD2 is going to be their mountain to climb here. If they are incapable to beat Sweden on this HD2, Sweden is going to close this match out and face Australia next week.
Australia in the losers bracket. What a crazy time here. They what did they lose to? Let me look at that one real quick. Australia lost to Chile 4-6. Yeah, here we go. Map number 7. Italy, they've got Poof, they've got Lorariv, Pogi, and Minion. A couple players dropping combo on their side already. Sweden, you've got Ranyakumo, Uge, Pompey, and Sige going to be your lineups here for this map.
It's going to be the classic HD2 from Yokespy. A very, very, I would say, dense HD2, more towards the tapping side. 3 FCs against 1 with a 1 supporting combo from Poggy to start things out. Oh, make that only 1 FC from Lunatic to hold out for Team Italy.
Yeah, already just off to a rough start here are some of the players on Italy. There's time to turn this around, but the players on Sweden looking solid despite the early miss from Jan Yakumo. The recovery is there, and you still have 3 players holding on to combo. It's a misread from Pogi. Poof going to be dropping combo as well, and still no trades to be seen on Sweden. We're already 230,000 points in favor of Sweden, and we're not even halfway through the map. This is so scary for Italy right now.
It looks one-sided here, half of the map, and it's already 340k score difference for Team Sweden. 2 FCs are still intact, with a respectable accuracy as well from Popeyewag and Uge. And even though Lorariv holds on with the FC, but the team just not giving the score that is needed to win this HD2.
Lorariv can't do it alone right now. Needs one of the other players to kind of step it up, and they need both of the players that are holding onto the combos on Sweden to miss at this point, where it's only a third of the map remaining. Almost 500,000 points in favor of Sweden, and it's just going to get worse and worse as the combos hold. This already might be over, I fear.
It looks dire and it looks unsavable for Team Italy here, as Sweden are edging closer towards that 6-1 scoreline, as they will move on at the 5WC at the lower brackets, and they're gonna face Australia next week here.
Yeah, a very solid performance from both teams, but in the end, one of them had to exit the tournament. Uge gonna be dropping combo. I mean, it's not going to matter. 600,000 points, hold on. I mean, Popeyewag missing, but 600,000 points can't come from just Lorariv alone. I believe it's already too late for Italy, and they will be exiting the tournament here, losing 1-6 to Sweden. As you said, Sweden moves forward in the losers bracket to face Australia.
Sweden closing out this match 6-1 at their Protect at HD2, even though with the team captains of Italy's Loradiv's efforts to try to salvage anything from this map, but the Sweden's 2 almost FCs from Uge and Popeyewag make it basically unreachable for Italy to win this HD2. And there we go, Sweden winning this match here.
That's going to be that for us as well. Congratulations to Sweden on the victory. Ranyakumo, Uge, Girl Like Her, Bulle, Sige, Zayas, FaZe, Terry, and Pompeyewag. GG, well played to Italy. Unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to them, but I believe that is going to do it for us right now. There's a couple more matches happening later today. Actually, is there just one more? Let me double check on this. There's 2 more.
Three more, actually.
Three more. There we go.
Yes.
I'll get this right. One match. Next match happening at 18 UTC. I believe that is in 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes from now. It's going to be between Brazil and France. And then happening at 18:30 UTC, so 30 minutes after that, we're going to have the Russian Federation versus the United Kingdom. And the final match for this weekend here in the round of 16 is going to start at 19 UTC. That's going to be between Denmark and Mexico. So stay tuned for those. Going to be starting back up here in 15 minutes, but thank you so much, Wooden Pickaxe, for joining me in the casting booth. Thank you, Pitxort, for the stream, and yeah, we'll be back soon.
Thank you so much for Lily, for co-casting, and thank you, Isita, for effing. We're going to see you soon. See you at 14 minutes time, Brazil versus France. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
See you guys.